Hi everyone, my project for today is a guideline handbook for instructors to better support Asian English language learners, international students with cross-cultural learning adaptation. I chose this MRP topic because as an international student myself, I want to start by solving problems involving myself so that to learn how to help others. So the first question is, why do Asian ELL international students need better support? What problems do they face? According to my literature review, studies on international students started about a century ago. A lot of research discussed cross-cultural learning adaptation issues and tried to identify the causes. De Arrojo said that English proficiency seems crucial for overseas students' adjustment in America, and Park found that international students in Australia encounter language difficulties because of a lack of confidence in English competence and foreign accents. Silent Asian students was mentioned as a typical performance due to both cultural and linguistic factors. Investigations in the US from Ng and Victorino in 2016 and Kim in 2008 pointed out that classroom activities lack Asian international students' participation because they use silence to show respect to the instructors. Kim said those students concentrated on listening to lecturers to compensate for the shortage of expression. In summary, language barriers and cultural differences are the most cited causes of adaptational challenges, and those students need support in the new environment to improve their learning performance. In addition, the COVID-19 has forced a lot of institutions to remotely deliver courses, which has brought new challenges to those international students. I have a short video to show my difficult positions in a synchronous class due to the slow reaction. I think some of you might have seen it before since I uploaded it last semester.
The online class begin.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
When I was young, I listened to the radio, waiting for my favorite song.
The difficulties are not limited to the students. The teachers also feel it tricky to arrange the teaching involving Asian ELL international students. Misunderstanding and controversies negatively influence the achievement of the teaching goals. Robson et al. Found that instructors in Australia attributed international students' lack of involvement to be cultural rather than linguistic, while the students reported language weaknesses and sensitivity to their ability are the leading causes. In their investigation, international students described that challenges related to language anxiety and lack of confidence impeded participation. They complained about their instructors for rapid speech and the use of idioms. In contrast, the instructors criticized students' lack of critical thinking and weak writing skills. In Thompson's research, professors indicated that international students liked studying and sitting with co-nationals, lacked class participation, and did not ask questions, whereas the students explained that they sat together to ask questions about the lecture or assignments if necessary. Although there are different reflections from teachers and students, researchers suggest the instructors provide specific support for those students. Huang recommended that instructors provide additional factual information that is culturally sensitive with space, time, and learning cues to engage students in classroom activities. Hill's finding demonstrated that teachers need to provide detailed information about library arrangements, services, and information services. So the goal of this project is to help both the teachers and the students. The core strategy to achieve this goal is assisting the instructors with supporting the students. We'll learn the adaptation challenges from the students and let them propose support requirements. A prototype of the teaching guideline handbook will be built based on those proposals. Finally, the instructors could follow the manual to offer specific supports to the students while teaching, and the student will perform better in the instructor's classes. This is a more detailed plan, which is also an SDL analysis. The column in the center shows the 5 phases of the plan. Firstly, the background and research gap will be discovered through the literature review and concept development phase. Then, the co-design methodologies will be developed in the research plan phase. After that, the co-design session is the key block of innovation. A prototype will be built now and to be diffused in the next step. An evaluation trial will be conducted and an exhibition will be set to get feedback from the public. From the co-design to the prototype diffusion is the first iteration cycle to update the prototype. Finally, the product will be diffused to the market and get users' feedback for further update development. And this is the second iteration cycle. The left part of this chart displays some details of the co-design and prototype diffusion segments. In the focus group co-design process, the icebreaker activity is to ask the participants to describe some positive or negative experiences of cross-cultural learning. The matching game is about letting the participants to match proposed solutions towards adaptation challenges from prior studies with some assumptive results. In the word cafe conversation, participants will be asked to share the reasons of their choices in the matching game. The first 3 activities will prepare the participants with some necessary knowledge and language. Then, they will work individually to offer their ideas for creating the teaching guidelines. There is also an iteration cycle from the word cafe to the co-creating. Exhibitions in colleges and universities will be settled to tell the story. Through this approach, an interpersonal network will be built within higher education institutions. It could be used as an efficient communication channel for persistent diffusion. For example, arranging more trials in various institutions to expand the influence of the innovation, while continuing the updating and iteration. So, for the diffusion exhibitions, I made a funny video to catch people's attention and deliver some knowledge of the topic. Hi everyone, my name is Siheng. I'm an international student from China. I didn't want to act like that, but we do have some awkward moment caused by the language barrier. So we are always worried about saying the wrong thing or sounding weird. Excuse me, do you have some paper? No, I don't want to write anything. Just, yes, napkin, I guess. Yes, napkin, yes. What kind of eggs do I want? Maybe hens? A course called residency. What does it actually mean? Thank you, Jules. I still don't get it. Culture. It used to be a beautiful word to me. But now it means something I don't understand or something that drives me crazy. I know this, and this. But what is this?
What?
I like money. It used to be my good friend. But who are Tony, Looney, Dime, Carter, and Nico? Where am I from? I'm from PJ. No, not near Beijing, neither Shanghai. Do you have territory acknowledgement? What is that? China has an area of 9.6 million square kilometers. So in my exhibit, you will see more challenges and struggles for international students from my MRP. We need to identify them and face them, because the world is so big and yet I owe it a visit. Welcome to my exhibit. The whole process will be conducted through Microsoft Teams virtual meetings due to the pandemic situation. In fact, I've already tried the process online with 2 participants. I used Teams for the meeting and Google Jamboard for the matching game. I did online interviews instead of Word Cafe due to the small number of participants. It was working well. For more participants, I just need to set the breakout rooms for the Word Cafe phase. One concern of the focus group virtual meeting is anonymity. In the consent form, we will ask the participants not to record the process, and will recommend them to use the blur or virtual background function and avoid seeing the real names of any faculty members and organizations. Although their real names may appear in the online virtual rooms, and anonymity could not be guaranteed in the focus group activities, pseudonyms will be assigned in note-taking and transcription. To prevent the online information leakage, offline encrypted USB sticks will be used to store the original data. The last thing I want to mention are some relative advantages of my innovation. Firstly, the existing products are more like tips for students. They are not effective enough because of the dependency on students' unilateral efforts, and the students' a lack of experience, knowledge, and language ability. The guidelines for instructors will let them notice the challenges for their students and what solutions they could take. For example, how to prepare teaching materials and design in-class activities. The students are more likely to get better academic performance by receiving such specific supports. What is more, thanks to the iterable design, the guidelines' practicability will be continuously improved. And those are some questions for discussion. The first question is, would you please use an emoji to express your feeling towards such a teaching guidelines handbook? For example, it's practical or useless or confusing, or it's a good or bad idea. The second one is, what pros and cons do the online learning approach bring to international students? And the last one, and I know that people in this class are from various linguistic and cultural backgrounds. So, have you experienced any awkward moments or obstacles in our inclusive design program?